play it cool.
Alright, is everything working? Do we have sound? Do we have video? So I know we saw this part last night, but we gotta redo it since I want to make sure we're caught up correctly.
All life is only a set of pictures in the brain, among which there is no difference betwixt those born of real things and those born of inward dreamings.
Alright, so back in the underwater or whatever. What these lines are is weird.
I believe no more can we harbor ourselves on the safest shores, for there are things that cannot be undone.
Dr. Faust, is that you? Oh, my head! The pain! It is unbearable! I'm lost. The pain is subsiding. I thought my head was about to explode. This device, its noises are resonating in my mind.
I've got lumens. What are we studying here? The Versailles of Nightside and Beyond. Train or something?
Hello? Anybody here? Where is everybody?
Never a good sign. Weather notice. Strong snowstorm is expected to hit for the next 2 weeks. Of course. Upwat expedition? Upwat expedition. Familiar visits the lower chambers once more in the form of a black cat. Special image echoes throughout the 7 rooms. The Sin called it out from his hollow, looming dim and ghost-like. Radio room.
Locked.
Alright then.
Looks like we're having a power problem right now.
So that's giving me some whatever it is. Beyond the Mountains of Madness or whatever. Call of Cthulhu campaign in Antarctica.
Locked. It's locked. It's stuck.
Well, geez. Health notice. Attention for the crew members who are having sleeping problems. Never a good thing in a Cthulhu game. Examinations conducted regarding the increase of accidents recently happening led me believe that the reason behind those is some kind of intense cabin fever. So insomnia, headaches, and strange visions. Snowstorm. Stop those bloody sessions. What sessions? Yeah, I can see you. Okay, it looks cold out here. I'm just gonna point that out. Is this any better?
It's easy to get lost in this weather. I'd better stay close to the expedition base.
Yeah, it definitely, this blizzard has me feeling like Beyond the Mountains.
My mind is cloudy. All I can remember is the successful establishment of the Upper Water Antarctic base.
Antarctic, you say?
After that, nothing is clear in my mind. Got some light now on these. Auxiliary power needs to be enabled manually from outside. I already figured that out on accident.
Still not have power? Yeah, I thought I did. It's not doing anything. So no electricity. There's power outage. Why is no one worried about it? A series of blurry nightmares isolated inside these somewhat foreign walls. Can't remember anything. Couldn't. You mean this, the original building? Yeah, it says you have to start the generator outside. But if I go this way, it'll make me turn around.
It's easy to get lost in this weather. I'd better stay close to the expedition base.
And then that's this building. But I can't go around the back of it. go this way? Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a wall. Oh, I got footprints. Yeah, it's not letting me sprint anymore. So I don't know how well insulated this is. Not in here. Ah.
Tank is empty. Tank is empty.
Oh, that's a problem.
This hose was tampered with.
It's been cut. We've got power. Yep. Good old duct tape never fails.
Locked.
Just need some WD-40 and we got everything we could ever need. Let's get back in here. With the jokes.
What was that? Locked. It's locked.
Nikolai Gogol, the portrait.
If his coat is just right here, where is he now? Locked.
Got us a radio. It's an awful lot of those little statues.
If his coat is just right here, where is he now? It's locked.
I know we're close to what we've been looking for during the adaptation sessions. we hold here in the meeting room, I feel a guidance of some sort, something pointing towards the destination we seek. This could mean we are now in sync with the ancient source. The wearable Conarium we're carrying on our left arms connects and thus receives sensations from the same ancient source. And sometimes I wonder whether there has ever been another soul during humanity's relatively brief period of existence who was able to achieve such a feat. Within some shunned and elusive sources I have gathered from around the world, it is said that the extraterrestrial species, the Elder Thing race, built it after passing through a stage of mechanized life on other planets, but its purpose remains unclear. Dr. Faust's note about the purpose of the expedition. Yeah, that don't look pleasant. Generated voice is output to the speakers. Incoming power needs to be regulated. Boulder City ruins. The Mountains of Madness, right there in the corner. Miskatonic, yep. After our haphazard and momentary aerial exploration of the unholy, utterly alien cyclopean maze of square, curved, and angled blocks, we could detect most of the locations revealed by the previous Miskatonic University expedition leader, the Professor Emeritus William Dyer. But what we are looking for is not there. Inside the haunted Shoggoth ruins, according to various sources, it should be in the much older ruins beyond the Elder City, right on the edge of a mountain beyond the Mountains of Madness. It was built over a location deeply shunned even by the Elder Things, and built long before the colossal city of Dyer and his team, or Dr. Dyer and his team explored. Now we set foot upon lands no one has ever seen before, a vast mass of dry land around the South Pole, which rose from the primal waters when the old ones seeped down from the stars. V.E equals 42. That's what that means right there. 42. How about no?
It's stuck.
Hidden plants of great antiquity. Doesn't have the settings. Don't know.
It's stuck. Locked. Locked. Did I lock my door? I don't remember where my keys are.
So apparently we are Frank Gilman. These nightmares have become unbearable. I still see the same man in my nocturnal visions, but now he is holding something in his hand, which I believe to be a lotus flower. We seem to be continuing this grave and serious conversation again and again, but I still can't remember the contents. During working hours, sometimes, I hear his voice through the radio. It is not in a form of meaningful sentences, but more like some unconscious mutterings. I'm afraid to tell anyone about this, for I hate the very idea of the suspicion I will probably be facing. Okay. So hey, there's one of those things. Oh, that's cool. One of the composite sculptures we've come across during our initial field trips. It has an open third eye on its forehead as well as inside its hand, which I think indicates some kind of state of knowing, because allusions to knowledge and elder things recur all the time in almost every bas-relief we have discovered so far. All this leads me to believe these creatures inhabiting those halls have acquired some kind of knowledge from the elder things, fabled creatures of primal myth. Several other creatures of the composite sculptures, ranging from humanoid to reptilian in shape. They were mostly damaged and generally in a really bad shape. The lost parts were completed by the artist's imagination. The abundance of five-pointed shapes seen in the design of the structures we've come across cannot be overlooked. In addition, most of the elegant figures adorning and staring silently from above most of the gigantic gateways are reptilian in shape. This grotesque masonry caused an uproar with the countenance it wore on its reptilian face when we first found it residing within the almost substantial darkness of the cave where it had been carved in aeons past. Some of the crew even claimed that they had heard some muffled laughing sounds coming from within it. The pine cone it was guarding, or hiding, with its humanoid hands, has some symbols carved into it which we are yet to decipher. I assume that's these. Oh, trophy. Oh, little baby with the creepy doll. You left your gloves? I am inclined more towards the notion that our nocturnal visions are not just faint and fantastic reflections of our waking experiences. Every time I pass into a state of dormancy, somehow, I can explore while I am dreaming the vistas of grandeur, an alien prospect and unnatural disposition, so vividly expressing the outer extent of this world I have yet to discover. If only I was endowed with the artistic skill to describe my visions. All I know is that all this became evident after the Conarium sessions had started. Even though I am not one of the participants, I am somehow affected. I feel I am absorbed, while in an unconscious state, into the oblivion, crossing the line beyond the wall of sleep. Ferguson's notes on his dreams. Guess that's Ferguson. Younger Ferguson, maybe? I don't know. That's some super baggy pants for a kid in the 20s. Johann D. Witt.
It's locked. Locked.
A note on the dual personality problem. I've noticed a very curious and dangerous development in the psychological condition of the whole crew that compels me to record this note as an initial diagnosis report. The problem is especially intense for the three subjects, Dr. Barlow, Dr. Anderson, and Frank Gilman, whom I have been inspecting closely since the onset of their psychological degradation. During the past 2 nights, the aforementioned subjects awoke, screaming in their beds, thus affecting and demoralizing all the crew members. When I spoke to them personally, I noticed some serious deviations in their behavior patterns. As time progressed, I noted deep changes in their mental conditions. When really pushed, they clearly started to behave like someone else, which led me to believe I was facing some sort of multiple personality disorder, but it is too early to draw any conclusions. Other subjects are not too far a cry from their normal personalities, but the difference is, of course, obvious. Their condition is getting worse day by day, and a serious medical examination is needed to be carried out on everybody displaying such symptoms. I informed Dr. Faust and warned him about the consequences. He looked worried, but nevertheless hasn't mentioned it to me since. With the weather conditions we have been having lately, it seems extremely unlikely that we shall receive professional help from the outside world, or will be able to send anybody away for a thorough medical examination, which is the only sane thing to do under the current circumstances.
If his coat is just right here, where is he now?
Okay.
Stuck.
Statement of consent. By signing this document, you are agreeing to the terms written below. Oh, great. False statements made knowingly or willfully, including affidavits or other supported documents submitted therewith, may be punishable. Super fast speed. Guess we have to give up our firstborn now. We agree to the terms of service. Or maybe the fourthborn. Yeah, I think the fourthborn is what it said. Yeah, it's right there. See it? Fourth born girlies. Yeah. What we got here? Hey, DeWitt. Johan, right? Dr. DeWitt's medical records, too. One sec. All the members awakened without any problem, except for Frank Gilman. All of a sudden, his heart ceased beating at around 1:45 a.m. Excuse me? It was extremely cold and there was no detectable pulse. While I was preparing to perform cardiac compression, he momentarily opened his eyes. I am unsure how much time passed since his heart failed to beat, but it can't have been more than 5 minutes. And then came the event that shook us all. The cause was the very words Frank uttered directly to Dr. Faust right after he awakened. I don't know how to explain it because his voice was muffled and almost indiscernible. But I am convinced that the voice I heard did not belong to Frank. As a medical doctor, I can say that this is not completely impossible for someone in his condition. But there was something wrong with what I heard. It was a sound that no human vocal cord could produce. My heart is beating just fine. Am I dead or something?
It's stuck. Oh, it smells awful in here.
Tea and sugar. Nothing else you could possibly need. Coffee. More tea. Yeah, this is an expedition I would be okay to be on.
It won't open.
Minus the fact that nobody's here. And a lot of really gross looking something. Sludge that they're eating. Storage.
Locked. Locked.
Well, let's go try the radio room first. It should be... Where?
This is Upper Watt Expedition Base. Pequod, please come in. I repeat, this is Upper Watt Expedition Base. Pequod, do you hear me? If there is someone who can hear me, please, come in. Some electrical condition in the disturbed air seems to prevent communication.
Yeah, I'm not going to remember Morse code. There's the snowstorm coming. Hanson's journal. Yeah, I would think it would be the blizzard itself. Well, I don't know. Blizzards don't really, or snowstorms in general, don't really stop like radio frequencies. Electrical storms do, but not just like snowstorms. I don't know. But for a while, my nights have been plagued by bizarre nightmares wherein I have been talking to an unsubstantial figure. When I wake up every morning, I fail to remember either his visage or the content of the dialogue, only his silhouette. Kind of like we keep looking or see him walk around. Talking in a somber tone. These nightmares keep me from sleeping comfortably, the kind of sleep I am longing for. I haven't mentioned this to anybody yet, but I'm feeling a constant urge to do so if my well-being is in balance. It would be most logical to consult with Dr. DeWitt about this. These nightmares have become unbearable. I still see the same man in my nocturnal visions, but now he is holding something in his hand. Okay, we read that. Yeah, we went through these. Okay. So... why can't I grab this tape? I want that tape. But yeah, I think you're right that this is some kind of answer to the puzzle, but I don't know Morse code. Oh yeah, I'd rock these. Bear with me one moment.